Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Zio Sabab, U.S. media outlets including the New York Times, CNN, and Newsweek have reported that China may have already supplied or plans to supply air defense weapons to Iran in the coming weeks. Newsweek indicates that such arms shipments could not only escalate regional tensions but also trigger broader geopolitical consequences. This comes at a time when U.S.-China relations are already strained due to ongoing trade disputes, military tensions, and the Iran war, potentially adding uncertainty to President Trump's scheduled visit to China in May. Iran, facing international sanctions, has long relied on foreign assistance for its weapons programs, with China and Russia frequently cited by Western officials for providing dual-use technology and military support to Tehran. However, Iranian authorities and military officials consistently deny receiving illegal arms transfers, asserting their right to maintain national security and develop domestic defense capabilities. The article also mentions that recent negotiations between a U.S. delegation led by Vice President Pence and Iranian representatives in Pakistan broke down, though Trump expressed confidence in the U.S. military's dominance. CBS News reports that Chinese electric vehicle manufacturers are pulling into the lead in the global market. Last year, the Chinese car company BYD, which stands for Build Your Dreams, surpassed Tesla to become the world's top seller of fully electric vehicles. This achievement occurred despite the U.S. market being largely closed to them. Correspondent Seth Doan's report examines how China's sustained investments in innovation are yielding significant returns in the electric vehicle sector. The article also raises concerns that protective tariffs, intended to shield domestic industries, might ultimately prove detrimental to American automakers in the long run. According to Lian Hazalqua, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has declared the elimination of Lebanon's Hezbollah as a prerequisite for peace talks with Lebanon, which are set to begin on Tuesday, April 14th. Netanyahu stated that Israel's conditions for direct peace talks with the Lebanese government include disarming Hezbollah and achieving a true peace agreement lasting generations. This comes as cross-border clashes between Israel and Hezbollah have continued, escalating after an Iran-backed conflict in late February. While the U.S. and Iran agreed to a 2-week ceasefire, Israel insists it does not apply to Lebanon. Iranian President Pezeshkian and Turkish President Erdogan have both spoken with French President Macron, urging pressure on Israel and the U.S. to cease attacks on Lebanon, considering it essential for regional stability. However, Israel's ambassador to the U.S. indicated that Israel is not prepared to halt military operations against Hezbollah prior to the U.S. brokered talks in Washington. Fresh clashes resulted in Israeli airstrikes killing at least 24 people in southern Lebanon, while Hezbollah launched rockets and drones into northern Israel without causing casualties. NPR reports that Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán is currently seeking a 5th consecutive term in office. Over 8 million Hungarians are eligible to cast their ballots in these significant elections. The outcome could potentially lead to the ousting of Orbán, who has been a prominent European ally of former U.S. President Trump. The elections are considered pivotal as they will determine the future leadership and political direction of Hungary. Focus Taiwan reports that Kuomintang, KMT, chairperson Cheng Li-won returned from a 6-day visit to China on Sunday, expressing welcome for Beijing's newly announced incentive measures for Taiwan. During her trip, Cheng met with Chinese President Xi Jinping, and upon her return, she stated her intention to form a KMT task force to follow up on the implementation of these measures. The 10 measures include resuming individual travel from Shanghai and Fujian to Taiwan, restoring more direct cross-strait flights, and easing access for Taiwanese agricultural and fishery products to the Chinese market. KMT Legislative Caucus convener Fu Kun-chi and tourism representatives urged Taiwan's government to respond pragmatically. However, presidential office spokesperson Karen Kuo countered that exchanges should not be subject to political preconditions or used for political maneuvering. The Mainland Affairs Council also warned that China has repeatedly opened and suspended similar measures in the past, advising caution due to the lack of institutional safeguard. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.